Hey, what's up, Musers? This is John at Muse for You, here to help you build awesome websites without code. And in this video tutorial, we're going to go over new updates to the Lightbox widget. Now that the 17-day course is done, I'm back into widget mode, and there's quite a few updates and a few new widgets that I will be releasing very soon. So I'm really excited to get back more into widgets. And I'm really excited that the course is done because now I feel there's more of a base or a foundation for anyone to get into Adobe Muse without having to really guess as to how to use it. And so now with that base done, we can get more into widgets and expanding the functionality of Adobe Muse. So let's get started.
Muse for You, awesome websites without code.
Okay, so let's jump right in. Here I have a blank site and we can see an image here. And here to the left, I'm using the Lightbox widget. So I have the add first here and the Lightbox widget. So there are a few updates that have been added. If I open the add first widget, we can now add a Lightbox background image, and we can set the max width for the Lightbox once it's opened, and we can set the max width measurement in pixels or in percentage. And I'll go over this in a second. But let's go ahead and preview this in the browser. So if I go to File, Preview Page in Browser, and I click on the image, it opens the Lightbox, and here we have this video of Harrods. It's called Color Explosion SS14, Beauty and Fragrance Harrods. And it's just a really interesting video of colors and, different things like that. But if you notice in the background, let me pause the video for a second. In the background here, we have an image that's taken from the video, and that's being used as the image for the Lightbox. So that has been a request. I've gotten the request, can I add an image for the Lightbox? Before you could only add a color with an opacity and a gradient. So now you can add an actual image to kind of match the video with that image and give it more style, give the Lightbox a bit more style. So this video, I'm not affiliated with Harrods. I just found this video and I thought it was really great just because of all the colors and everything. Has really cool colors. So I'll leave a link to this video in the description area below. And what I did is I made it full screen. I took a screenshot for the image, and then within the Lightbox, so I'll go back here within the add first, I added the image within the Lightbox background image. So I'll go ahead and recreate this actually so we can go through all the motions of how I did this. So I'll go to File, New Site right up here, and I'll click OK, and I'll double click on the home page. So the first thing I want to do is bring in the Lightbox widget from the library panel. So here to the right, I'll go to the library panel and I'll click there. And if you don't see the library panel, you can go to Window and click on Library, just like that. And then here within the search, within the library panel, I'll type in the Lightbox. So here we have the Lightbox widget 1.1, that's the new update. And this widget can be found at museforyoushop.com. I'll showcase where to access it at the end of this video tutorial. So here we have the Lightbox add first. So this add first here is what has the background image, and both of the add first, the add first with gradient and the add first with a color and image, they both have the max width property added to them as well. So for now, I'm going to bring in the Lightbox add first. So I'll click, hold, and drag and place right in there, right at the top, and then I'll bring in the Lightbox widget. So here I'll click, hold, and drag and place right in there. And we do have the Lightbox. Let's say you're using the button collection widget at museforyoushop.com or the hover boxes. There's a Lightbox widget for those specific widgets as well. All right, so there I have the add first and the Lightbox widget. So if I open the add first, we can see we have Lightbox background color, opacity, and background image. So right here in the widget options as well, I've written if no image is selected for the Lightbox background image, the Lightbox background color will be used instead. So this color will be used if no image is added. So let me go ahead and create a trigger. So I'll create a rectangle with the rectangle tool in Muse, and I'll just create a simple rectangle like so. I'll go to Fill, I'll click on Add Image, and then I've taken a screenshot of quite a few images here from the video. So let's go ahead and add this one. And then I'll say for fitting, I'll say scale to fill, and I'll position it in the center. Okay, so there we have the image, and this is going to be the trigger. So when we click on this image, it's going to open the Lightbox. So to have it trigger the Lightbox, let me just center it here. We'll just apply the graphic style name that is in the Lightbox widget, which is lbox1. We'll apply it to this image here. So I'll click on the image. I'll go to the graphic styles panel here to the right. If you don't see the graphic styles panel, you can go to window and click on graphic styles. All right, and then with the image selected, I'll create a new graphic style by clicking on this icon that looks like a piece of paper with a folded corner. And I'll double click on the style name here, and then I'll rename the style to lbox1, which is the name that's in the widget right here. Kind of jittered there to the left a bit. Okay, so lbox1, I'll click OK. And now this image, this rectangle with an image, has the graphic style lbox1 applied to it. So when I click on it, it will open the Lightbox. So let's go ahead and preview. And if I click, it opens the Lightbox, and we can see that there's nothing in the Lightbox here because we haven't assigned either an image, a YouTube video, Vimeo video, a website, or a Google map. So we need to assign that to that element as well. So let me go back and click on the image, and then I'll go back to YouTube, and I'll just copy this URL here of this video. So I'll hit Command C to copy, and I'll click on the image. Then in the hyperlink section right up here, I'll paste in that link. So if you're pasting a website, you can paste the website link in here. You can paste the Vimeo link, and the image you can link to a file. So you can link the Lightbox to an image or a PDF. And within the widget folder, there's a document that explains how to add Google Maps as well. All right, so now that we've linked the image to the YouTube video, let's go ahead and preview. So I'll click on the image, and there we have the video playing. Looks good. So right now it's a dark blue background, and we can change the color within the Add First widget. So I'll just change the color here. I can change it to anything, so I'll make it orange. And I can change the opacity so I can make it more see-through. 1 is full opacity, so the color just becomes solid. Anything less than 1, the color becomes a bit see-through. So now I'll preview in the browser. And if I click, we can see it's a solid orange. And if I change the opacity, let's say to, let's see, 0.5, right in there, we're going to see that that orange color becomes a bit see-through. So we can see it's a bit more see-through there. But let's say we want to add an image to match the video. So to do that, you simply go to the Add First widget, click on the widget options, and then here for Lightbox background image, click on Add File. And then I'll select, I'll select kind of an interesting one here. So if I select this blue one, I'll try a few different ones. So we'll do this blue one, and I'll preview. And if I click, we have that image in the background and we have the video playing. So it can really add a lot of style to whatever video or element you're trying to showcase within the Lightbox. So I'll go ahead and do this one. And I'll click, and we can see that background has been added to the Lightbox. All right, so another request I've gotten is, can I change the size of the Lightbox when it's opened, or the video or whatever element is being opened within the Lightbox? And now you can do that. So we'll go to the Add First widget, and here within the Lightbox max width, you can set the size. So you can either set it in pixels or percentage. If it's in percentage, then the Lightbox or the element within the Lightbox will be a certain percentage relative to the size of the browser. So I'll work with pixels first, and then I'll showcase percentage. So here I'll click on pixels, and let's say we want the video to be fairly small within the Lightbox. So we'll just say 500 pixels. And now I'll preview, and I'll click, and we can see that video is a lot smaller within the Lightbox. The background image shows a bit more, and if I resize, it's still responsive, so it'll fit on all devices. All right, so let's say we wanted the video to be 100% width, so it'll fill the entire browser once it's opened. We'll just say 100, and then here we'll select percentage instead of pixels. So it's 100%, and it'll fill the entire browser. So I'll click, and we can see the video now fits the entire browser. If I make it larger, it fits the entire browser. Looks good. All right, and let's do one more. So let's say we wanted to fit 50% of the browser. So I'll say 50% here in the Lightbox max width, and I'll preview one more time. I'll click, so now it's 50% the size of the browser, and it'll stay relative to that size. So as we can see, when we resize, it fits, the width is 50% of the browser, or that video fits within 50% of the browser. And I can make it full screen, and there we go. All right, so that's I think that's a pretty cool effect with the image in the background and the video. Again, this video, I got it off YouTube. I'll leave a link in the description area below. I'm not affiliated with Harrods. I just thought this was a cool video to showcase with a new update to the Lightbox widget. So that is the update. This also applies to the gradient. So if I delete the add first here, and I'll go back into the library panel, and I'll type in the Lightbox, and we add the Lightbox add first with gradient. So I'll click, hold, and drag, place right in there. We can see we have the max width options as well. The image doesn't apply for the gradient, because if you're adding the gradient, the Lightbox with the gradient, then that's to add gradient colors. So here we have color 1, color 2, the gradient angle, the location, the opacity, and the color 2, location, and opacity. So if I preview that, and I click, we now have a gradient for the background. All right, so that is it for the Lightbox widget. There's quite a bit you can do now. You can add a gradient for the background, you can add a solid color with opacity, or you can add an image for the Lightbox background, and you can now change the size of the Lightbox once it's opened. You can set the max width either in pixels or percentage to get the right size for your website or whatever element or piece of media you're trying to portray within the Lightbox. All right, so that is it for the Lightbox update. To get access to this widget, you simply go to museforyoushop.com, and here you can click join today, and here you can click subscribe now to get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. Here is the Lightbox widget. It's right down here, and here you can click add to cart to purchase individually, or again you can click subscribe to get access to all widgets and any new widgets I come out with for $39 a year. Here are the features included, a few of the widget options. Here is the first video for the Lightbox. This video will be here as well, right above this video. And here's the community section if you had any questions about the widget. So I'm really happy to have added these updates. I think they'll make for, more styling, more design for the Lightbox, and you can do a bit more with it now. You can set the width as well. So that is it for this video tutorial. Again, I do this to help you build awesome websites without code. If you like this video tutorial, you can subscribe below. Also in the show more section below are links to other resources and links to museforyoushop.com. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video tutorial. Thank you.
Muse for You, awesome websites without code.